Hey guys, Kevin here. What I've got here is a universal charging dock, and this is for smartphones that have a Type-C connection port. So it's for smartphones that have a USB Type-C. This dock is made by Archeer, as you can see. Now, for those who don't know, that's what a USB Type-C connection looks like. Now at the moment, most smartphones use a micro B connection, but over the next few years you'll start to see more and more smartphones using this, and it's starting to become standard on laptops as well. So what we'll do is just quickly open this up and we'll see what this is like. I've got another thing from Archeer here as well. I've got a, I would review another day. It's a desktop charger. And they sell quite a lot of, let's break this open. There we go. They sell quite a lot of kind of electronics and USB charging ports and that kind of thing. This is the first thing I've opened from them. Everything seems quite well packaged. There's a few different things in the box here. So looks like, okay, I thought it was 2 or 3 things there. I thought it was, sorry, 3 or 4 things. I've only got 2 things. We've got a charging cable and we have the actual dock. Okay, so you can see the USB Type-C connection port here. Feels really good. And you've got the charging cable here. And I believe that is a Type-C charging port. Is it? No, what I'm trying to do, sorry, I was doing that off camera. What I'm trying to do is see if this connects. Is this a proper connection port, or is that micro B? That may actually be micro B, and if it is, that's not good. Yeah, looks like it is micro B. It's weird, I'm not sure if that's coming through in the camera. It's actually hard to see what that is there. I'll put that off screen so you can see it. Get this zoomed in for you. Maybe that will show you better. So there's a cable, right? Now, I think it is Type-C, I think. No, I don't think. In fact, it's not. I don't know what that is. It doesn't look like micro B either, if I'm honest. If it's micro B, it should fit into this connection, which I think it is. Yeah, so it looks like it's micro B. So I'll zoom out just now. Apologies for that there. I was just checking what it was. Okay, now if this isn't a micro B connection, then if this isn't a Type-C connection, yeah, it's micro B. You can see there. Okay, that. Now I'm not going to say it's necessarily a terrible thing, but it is something to take into consideration, and I'll explain that in a second. First thing I will note is that you don't get an adapter with it, and personally I think that's quite poor, you know, because if you're buying this, you aren't buying this to connect to a power bank. You know, you're not using this to connect to your computer. Generally speaking, you'll be using this to connect next to your bedside, you know, next to in your office and that. So they really should throw an adapter in. So straight off the bat, you know, I think that's poor. What I want to do just now is test the cable. In fact, I'll test the phone first, see if it connects. So I've got a case on it, I've got a Spigen case on it. Been using since the start, and we'll see if this fits in. Fits really well. So if you imagine, you know, you come back and you just set the phone like that. You know, it's obviously it's not like a magnetic. You need to kind of slot it in. And I think it looks good. I think, you know, if you've got this, if you've got your phone sitting next to your, you know, next to your computer, next to your bedside, I think this is pretty good. So I'm looking forward to putting this next to my bedside. Got the micro B connecting at the back. So let's see what we get here. And hopefully you can see on the screen what speed we're going to get. Now that is poor. That is not what you should be getting. You should be getting bits faster than that. You're getting 0.94 amps. So, you know, for a charging cable next to your bedside, that for me isn't quick enough. I want something that supports fast charging. So this is an official Type C to Type A connection you get from Google. You get this when you buy the Google Nest 6P, and you can see that was 1.45 amps there, and then it's been down to about 1.3, and that's what it normally does. And hopefully you can see that on the camera. So that's 1.3 amps. So as far as what this as far as this package goes, I think this is quite disappointing. Now it's worth noting as well, it could actually be this cable. So let's roll that out. Let's roll that out now. It could just be this cable being bad. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to plug another micro B. This is one from my Anker power bank. I'm going to plug this into the back of the dock. I'm going to plug my phone into the charging dock. Then we get plug this up here, and then hopefully we can see whether this is an issue with the cable or with the dock itself. So it's an issue with the cable. So as far as fast charging, the cable that they give you with the package is quite slow, and I mean, I don't know if it's long enough either. You know, if you're buying a dock, I'd prefer a longer cable, if I'm honest. You can pick up, you know, cable packs like this. This is a pack I've got, you know, you get like 6 meters, 2 meters, that kind of thing. But the included cable isn't fast enough, and that's a bad point. It's a bad point, excuse me, it's a bad point from the start that it doesn't have a Type C cable. Now, I'll just quickly explain what I'm talking about with this, right? And explain why this is a bad thing. I've got my cables all lying around here and they're a bit of a mess. So, USB-A, this is the type that everyone knows, right? This is USB Type A connection. This is the one that normally goes into your computer or your USB adapter. This is micro B, or USB Type B. This is USB-A to Type C. But what we've got here is Type C to Type C, and you can use either end. Now this is an issue because it all comes down to transfer rates. This device will not support fast charging. Now if you go back to USB 2.0, you know, with micro B, it started off, it could only deliver 0.5 amps. Over the years they kept improving it and they got it up to 1.8 amps. USB 3 and USB 3.1 generation 1 can do up to 1.8 amps, but USB 3.1 generation 2 and USB Type C can do up to 5 amps. And what that means is essentially you can get faster charging. Now, I don't have anything to actually test the Type C to Type C connection. I could probably download an app for that, but there's no reason to. I mean, essentially what I'm saying is, when you have a USB Type C charging dock, it should be powered using a Type C to Type C cable into an adapter, because that's going to give you the maximum amount of current, the maximum amount of charging, and you don't get that here. So in addition to giving you no adapter and giving you a poor charging cable, they've not given you Type C. I think it could be forgiven for using the micro B connection instead of Type C if that was a fast charging cable, but they've thrown in a cheap cable. It's not a fast charging cable, so it's hard to recommend this really. For what it is, it's okay. If you just want something to sit next to your computer, you might want to pick this up. You know, you can pick it up for, in the moment in the UK, for £12.99. Is this worth £12.99? Personally, no, it's not worth that. And that's because you don't, this should be Type C to Type C. You using an adapter. It doesn't have that. It doesn't even have an adapter. They've thrown in a cheap cable, so it's hard to recommend this, if I'm honest. It does do the job. It will work, but what you're going to have to do is replace the micro B connection and use a better cable in order to get better charging times. So take that into consideration if you come across something like this. You know, if you want a Type-C dock, you really should look for something that has Type-C to Type-C. If you use something with micro B, then you're going to have to, you know, make sure that you're using a fast charging cable. This doesn't have it. Thanks for watching, guys. As you can see, this didn't live up to expectations, but that's what happens sometimes, and it's good to look at the good points and the bad points. As far as the design goes, this is quite a good design. I like the design, and it does seem like a solid little dock, but I think they've kind of missed the boat with the way it's designed with the cables and no adapter. Thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, please do leave a comment below and I'll do my best to answer them. If you've enjoyed the video, please do consider liking or sharing the video and subscribing to future videos. Till next time, guys, thanks for watching.